Carbohydrates. Now, what are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are also called saccharides. These are molecular compounds made from just three elements: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. They are monosaccharides. For example, glucose. In our previous interaction, we have studied about various types of monosaccharides. Monosaccharides with three carbons, we call them trioses, four carbons, tetroses, five carbon, pentoses, six carbon atoms, glucoses or hexoses rather, seven heptoses, or we have studied pseudoheptose as an example. So when these monosaccharides they combine, so uh, when two molecules of monosaccharide they combine together, they are called disaccharides. These monosaccharides and disaccharides very often they are called sugars. Now monosaccharides are the simplest forms of carbohydrates. When two monosaccharides combine, they form disaccharides. So first of all, we'll examine these disaccharides. Among sugars, D-isomers are more common. So we start with the first. Let us say start with when two hexoses they combine. Let's start with glucose. Now here we have got structure of glucose. If you see, this is a structure. In this case, aldehyde is the functional group, and besides aldehyde, there are five hydroxy groups also attached. Now this is these are isomers basically. Here we find that this is the uh, cyclic glucose, alpha D glucose. So in this case, this is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So carbon number and this is the sixth one here. So 1 and 5, so this 1 and this 5, they make a, they are combined, they are joined together with the help of this oxygen atom, and subsequently this is called alpha D glucose. Now another form which is available is beta D glucose. So this is alpha D glucose. So small change you find when we go for uh, beta type, that is beta D glucose. If you see here, I take this formula here just for convenience only. So this is now if I change the position of OH and H in the first carbon, so here we make these changes. So like this, and OH goes up here. So this becomes beta D glucose. So it is so simple. So when the two monomers or two glucose when they combine, either the bond may be from alpha uh, type or beta type. So this is how various types of carbohydrates, higher carbohydrates, especially we go for polysaccharides, will study. So this now in place of alpha we can call this as beta D glucose. So I write here beta D, beta D glucose. So this becomes beta D glucose. Now when two monosaccharides they combine together, they are called disaccharides. Glucose and glucose, that is two molecules of glucose, they form maltose. Glucose and fructose, they form sucrose. And similarly, glucose and galactose, they form a molecule of lactose. So these are called disaccharides. Now, how the bonding takes place is very important here, because based on this, we will have different types of uh, polysaccharides. Now, before really going into this disaccharides of hexoses, we must know that glucose or these hexoses can exist in two forms. One is called pyranose form and second is called furanose form. pyranose form, that is number 1 over here as shown. This is pyranose. When we see pyranose, so this is pyranose sugar. So we must know what is pyranose sugar, and also we should know that what we understand by the term furanose sugar. Now pyranose sugars have 6-membered rings with 5 carbons and 1 oxygen, in contrast with furanose form, which incorporates a 5-membered ring with 4 carbons and 1 oxygen. So it is basically the difference in their ring structures. Hexose can be pyranose, which implies that it has a 6-membered ring with 5 carbons and 1 oxygen, and the last carbon is one of the substituent group. So let us draw them so that we understand it more clearly. So first we'll write the, let's say, pyranose form. Now when we say pyranose form, or a matter of fact furanose form, uh, these two terms have been derived from two of the organic compounds, two of the compounds rather. One is called pyran and second is called furan. So quickly I'll draw the structures of pyran and furan, then we'll go for our hexoses. So when we say pyran, it means a ring-like structure as shown over here. Now, if you see this structure here, here we are. This structure has got, let us say, oxygen over here. So I write oxygen here, make yourself aware of this. And then CH here, CH here, another CH we write here, CH. We write here CH2, right? And we write CH here. So this is a pyran complex. Now if you see pyran here, again we have to write CH here also, here. To just complete the valency of this compound, we'll find a double bond over here, double bond here, and another double bond here. So now this is a pyran. Here if you see the valency of carbon is fulfilled, if you take this number 1 carbon here, 1, 2, 3 and 4 with hydrogen, 1, 2, 3 and 4 with hydrogen, 1, 2 and 2 hydrogen, so 4. Here again 2, 1, 3 and 1, 4. Here 2, 1, 3 and 4. And oxygen has got valency of 2. So 1 is this side and 1 is this side. This structure is called pyran. So when we find similar structure in glucose, the form is called pyranose form. Then the second type of structures which we had studied based on the molecule furan. This is a furan molecule in which we find here this is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, and here is these two carbons, number 1, rather 2 carbons, this one here it is, and this one here it is. So these 2 carbon are attached with a oxygen over here. So this structure and a double bond here, so that valency of carbon is completed. So this structure is called a furan. So whenever we find this type of structure in a hexose molecule, we call it a furanose form. So now let us draw a glucose molecule in the pyranose form. So what we are doing is basically drawing. We are going to make alpha D glucose, that is in pyranose form. So alpha D glucopyranose, right? Glucopyranose. So if you see here we have got, you just for our convenience we write the number of carbons. Number 1 carbon, this is number 1. This is number, let's say 2. Then we write number 3. This is 4. This is 5. So this is a pyranose form. So since it is a pyranose form, so we write here O. But when we write pyranose form here, in that case, as you are aware of, we can't have a bond here because oxygen has got only valency 2. So we can have only oxygen over here. So there won't be any further attachment here. So this is a pyranose form, right? So this pyranose form, let me write the various we complete these bonds. H over here, this is OH. Then we have got a H here. This is a OH here, hydroxy group that is. Again, OH being a glucose, we take inside. Then H over here, and then OH over here. And then in the fifth carbon, we got CH2OH. So if you see the valency over here, it is fulfilled all around. So carbon has got valency is fulfilled. So this is called alpha D glucose or glucopyranose as we call it. So this molecule you may just note down quickly. So this is alpha D glucopyranose. Now how can how alpha D glucopyranose form is different from beta D glucopyranose? Which is not very difficult if you see it carefully. So I hope you have drawn by now alpha D glucose. So now we are going to make beta molecule, that is beta D glucopyranose. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this OH from here, and let us say it goes other way around. So it comes, H comes here, and this comes OH here. So this is what you call here beta D glucopyranose. As I keep telling you, you may pause this video and note down these structures for your benefit. So this is beta D glucopyranose. So you may like to draw both these structures, that is alpha D glucopyranose or glucose, and this beta D glucopyranose form carefully. We are restricting our study here as far as glucose furanose forms are concerned, because they are not very of much use in our present context. But fructose molecule in furanose form is rather important. So let us see what is the structure of alpha D fructose molecule in furanose form, that is alpha D fructofuranose. Now to have this formula of alpha D fructofuranose or fructose form, this is a furan form as we know now, and we put a oxygen over here, so that importantly here that now there are no more double bonds here, so we just remove these double bonds because they are not, since they are not there, so this double bond is not there, so they basically all are single bonds all around. So now here it is. So this is a furanose you can say spine as well as such, which we are going to draw. Now here this carbon is not number 1, but this carbon is number 2. This is very important, you must keep this point in mind. This is carbon number 2, this is carbon number 3, and this is carbon number 4, then this is carbon number 5. So out of 6 carbons of fructose, first and second, they are outside this ring. So if you see here, if I put it here, carbon number 1, so I write CH2OH. So this is CH2OH group. So in case of, so this is number 1 carbon, and write also here OH as OH. Then H over here, H and OH of course. Again we have got H and OH here. Then we write another H here, and this, now this is gone out, again 6th carbon is outside, so we write here CH2OH, CH2, so we write OH this side to make it more clear. So CH2OH, so this is what you call alpha D fructofuranose form. So if you see it carefully, this is carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. But if you want to, this is alpha D fructofuranose form. You may like to just pause this video and draw it in case you have not drawn along with. So when we come to this is alpha D fructofuranose. But then how to go for beta molecules or beta D fructofuranose. So for that purpose, I will take it here. That's We go here. So to write this second form, I just slightly squeeze it for more clarity. So this is your alpha D fructofuranose. The same spine we are going to use to make our beta D fructofuran molecule, beta D fructofuranose. If you see here, uh, I just remove this CH2OH from here. That's carbon number 1 in place of here. We shift it this side and we take OH there, and this comes down below here, right? So this becomes beta D fructofuranose. So this is the only difference which we find in these forms. So if I want to write now beta D fructofuranose, I just put here beta. So this becomes here beta uh, D fructofuranose. So this is not very difficult, but then you have to be very, very careful that here OH and the position of OH and CH2OH is very important as far as alpha and beta compounds are concerned, and accordingly their bonding is affected. So these two you may like to draw. Just pause this video as I have told you a number of times, and you may like to draw it. So just to make it more convenient for you, I'll try to put the whole thing in a proper sequence so that you can compare them and note these formulae very, very carefully. So now students, we find here that the first two formulae, that is alpha D glucose and beta D glucose, in the pyranose form, they belong to glucose. And remember one thing, glucose has got a aldehyde group, CHO. So bonding is possible only between 1 and 5 carbon. So as we find, 1 and 5 carbon has got this oxygen in between. But in case of fructose, it was a ketone group on second carbon. So it means the bonding which was possible with oxygen was, this cycle was possible only between second and fifth one. So that is how we find these two forms are different. So this is alpha D glucopyranose or glucose, beta D glucose, alpha D fructose in furanose form, and beta D fructose in furanose form. As I told you, we are not going into beta forms of glucose. Correction, this furanose form of glucose. So as we had studied earlier that when we talk of a molecule called maltose, maltose has got two glucose molecules. If you see, glucose plus glucose, and that forms a molecule of maltose. Maltose is a disaccharide. So now how to have these two molecules now combined? How these two glucose uh, they form bond to make this molecule of maltose. So it's not very difficult, and this bond is called alpha glycosidic bond. I repeat, alpha glycosidic bond. So let us try to make this alpha glycosidic bond. Now students, what we have got? We have got two molecules of alpha D glucose here. Of course, the form is pyranose form. And these two molecules, they combine together to form a maltose molecule. So how it is done? Just see. Now we have got here two groups of OH. If you see here, this OH and this OH. Now if we remove this OH and OH, it forms, let's say we remove this OH and OH, and these two, the two H and O, they form water and they move out. So what is left is oxygen, and oxygen is over here. So this is what is the bond formed is called alpha glycosidic bond. So this is your, I just completed the list. So this becomes alpha glycosidic bond, and we call this molecule maltose. So this bond is of course alpha glycosidic. Be very careful about the whole thing, bond. And the molecule which is formed is called, of course, this is maltose. So this is how it is formed. So this we can write here. This molecule is maltose. So maltose has got two glucose. That's right. And the bonding is glycosidic bonding. So this bonding is alpha glycosidic bond over here. So if you see it here, this bond is formed over here. This is a bond here. So I take it down, right? So this molecule is called maltose. So this is a maltose molecule. So similarly, so here it means we can simply say that this is alpha 1,4 glycosidic bond, because this is number 1, this is number 4. So this glycosidic bond is between carbon 1 and carbon 4 of the second glucose. Right. So you may note down. Next comes a very important thing. So after alpha glycosidic bond, let us see what do we mean by beta glycosidic bond. So next in contention is beta glycosidic bond. So when we say beta glycosidic bond, in this we find a molecule of glucose and galactose, they combine. And if you remember, we have to first see these two molecules. So one we take is beta glucose here. So this is beta glucose. Why beta? Because OH, see the position of OH on number 1 carbon. The second thing which we find here is we have to see the molecule of galactose. So let us see molecule of galactose. In galactose, as you are aware of, OH on number 3 and 4 carbons. So here again we have to realign the whole thing. If we want to make, let us say, a molecule of galactose out of this, so how we can do it? Not very difficult. Just this OH is shifted. So this OH goes here and it comes here. So like this. So this becomes here a molecule of galactose. That's third and fourth carbons. They have got OH on the left side, if you remember the chain structure. Now this is something very simple now. OH, this is again a beta form. OH over here, this is again a beta form. This is a beta form of glucose, and this is beta form of galactose. So we take these two molecules. Now when bonding is concerned, when a bond is formed between 1 and 4, here in case of maltose we find that since both the molecules were alpha type, so this bond was 1,4 alpha glycosidic bond in maltose. But in this form, now this OH and OH, they have got different orientation. If you see this OH, this is a different orientation. If you see this OH, this is different orientation. So just to make you understand, I just take this molecule slightly up like this. Now it's not very difficult because these two OH, they can combine together to form water, right? So we just take them out, make water out of this. So we make water out of this. So this is water is out, and we find both the molecules are attached here with oxygen. So now we join these two molecules here. Here it is with the oxygen. So I write here oxygen. This is oxygen. It forms a bond with fourth carbon of this molecule, glucose, and first of galactose. So this is 1,4 glycosidic beta linkage, right? So this is one way to write molecule, but we just write it slightly in a more refined form. So beta linkage, and here comes oxygen. So this is how this is called as beta linkage. So here we find number 1 carbon of galactose, number 4 carbon of glucose. Both the forms of glucose and galactose, they are beta forms, of course, beta pyranose forms, and bond is between 1 and 4. So this is called beta glycosidic bond 1 and 4 in molecule of lactose. So if you see here, this is molecule of lactose. Beta glycosidic bond, we write 1 and 4. So this is how you can do all this. So be careful while just doing it. Not very difficult as I keep telling you in this lesson, but then slightly basic understanding you need of chemistry or organic chemistry as we call it. Right. So this becomes your molecule of lactose. Previously we have drawn molecule of glucose. So now this is molecule of beta glycosidic bond lactose molecule. Now another disaccharide which we are interested in is sucrose. We have already done maltose and lactose. Now as you are aware of, a sucrose molecule is formed when a glucose combines with the fructose. So when we say a fructose molecule combines with glucose molecule, we get the molecule formed as sucrose. Now when we say glucose molecule, here we use alpha D glucopyranose form, and for fructose it is beta D fructofuranose form. So this part we have to take care of, that something is very important. So for here something we must keep in mind is that for glucose you have to have a molecule which is alpha D glucopyranosal form, and for fructose we have to have molecule which is beta D fructofuranose form. Now how this bonding takes place, let us examine this. So first let us have two molecules together. Number one is glucose alpha D and fructose beta D. Glucose of course form is pyranosal form, and fructose this form is furanose. Now in case of sucrose molecule, two molecules, one of alpha D glucose and second beta D fructose, they form alpha 1,2 glycosidic bond. So if you see here, this is OH hydroxy bond on carbon 1 of glucose, and this is number 2 of fructose. So we just take them out. So how do they are going to combine? So water is formed out of this molecule, and what is left is oxygen. So if you see here, these two are combined with the help of this oxygen bond over here. So if I take it this way, that's right, oxygen here, then subsequently oxygen here. So this is how this bond is formed. So you may note down. So here we find a sucrose molecule with alpha 1,2 glycosidic bond, one of carbon glucose and second carbon of fructose. Of course, glucose has got pyranose form, while fructose has got a furanose form here. So students, you may note down. With this we finish this session.